If you had to get out this morning, you know it was very cold and the road conditions not ideal. This is Midday, everyone. I'm Joe Murano. Thanks for joining us. We are bringing you team coverage today as these cold temperatures stick around. Meteorologist Beth Finello will let us know of the dangers of being out in this cold for too long. And Jacob Blunt has an update on what things look like south of us in Branson. But first, we want to start by checking in with David Chasanoff, who is out on the roads right now in Springfield. David, have things gotten any better from earlier this morning today?
We do want to start by letting you know about that breaking news as residents woke up to an earthquake at about 2 a.m. this morning in Gassville, Arkansas. The United States Geological Survey confirmed the 3.7 quake struck at about 1:42 a.m. The Twin Lakes area is considered part of the New Madrid seismic zone, which covers parts of Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, Arkansas, Kentucky, and several other states. Kenneth Davis continued his court appearance in Greene County yesterday. He's accused of 7 counts of abuse or neglect of a child, but also in a separate case, he faces charges in Dallas County in the death of 2-year-old Kinsley Kilgore. Yesterday morning, Davis took the stand and mentioned incidents that witnesses had previously brought up. There was the time where he and the alleged victim went to a creek to swim, and she sustained injuries from that trip. He claims that the victim accidentally fell and got hurt on some rocks. During cross-examination, though, the prosecution claimed Davis's story changed about what happened at the creek. We have new information on how taxpayer dollars were used during former Governor Eric Greitens' legal case back in 2017. An audit released by Nicole Galloway shows that during a legal battle over Greitens' use of a confidential messaging app, the governor's office used a little more than $201,000 to cover expenses. Almost $23,000 from the Attorney General's office was also used. The lawsuit alleged that Greitens' office used the app called Confide to subvert Missouri's open record laws. The case was later dismissed. Neither the governor's office or the Attorney General's office commented on this new information, though. And we have some other news around the Ozarks as city leaders in Branson have moved a step closer to changing the rules on alcohol consumption. At the Board of Aldermen's meeting, a vote was taken on whether or not to allow open carry of alcohol in specific restricted areas of the city. It was decided that the issue will now go before the state. If passed, entertainment districts would receive a special license to sell liquor by the drink, and there would be specially zoned areas and possibly designated times when people would be able to openly carry and consume those beverages. September is Suicide Prevention Month, and the Veterans Health Administration is providing several services for suicidal vets online and in person. There are several websites you can visit for veteran suicide resources. You can find other veteran stories, access to therapies, education, and understandings of mental health disorders as well when you find our extended look at this over on ozarksfirst.com. Making news nationally, Aramark maintenance workers went on strike Sunday morning at several GM plants in Michigan and Ohio. The employees are represented by United Auto Workers. More than 850 janitors are taking part in the strike, which began at midnight. The UAW says the workers have been on an extended contract for more than a year and a half and are demanding better wages, retirement, and health care. A Missouri Highway Patrol investigator is in court this morning, accused of suppressing evidence in a murder case. Good morning, everyone. This is Midday. I'm Joe Murano. Brad Jennings of Buffalo spent nearly 9 years in prison for the death of his wife, Lisa. But new evidence set Jennings free and erased his conviction. Now he's striking back at one of the men who put him behind bars. David Oliver has covered this case extensively since 2017. And David, this is a civil case being heard in federal court, right? And the video contains, quote, incredibly offensive content, including statements of racism with suggestions of violence. This comes after recent issues at the high school, including back last month when students tore down LGBTQ posters and others drove through the parking lot with Confederate flags. The letter assures parents that the maximum scope of discipline as outlined in the handbook was applied for the student who posted the video. But the law does not allow the school to be specific in those disciplinary actions. Law enforcement and the Children's Division of the Missouri Department of Social Services have been made aware of this video as well, and the school has requested that it be taken down. Now, the school also informed parents that a care team of counselors will be on site at Kickapoo today to help reassure students and parents that it's a safe and inclusive place to learn.